I'm Rob, and today we're at the Fox and Pelican in Grayshott. Now, the Fox and Pelican was built as a temperance pub for the Grayshott and District Refreshment Society in 1899. So it could sell beer, but the beer had to be out of sight. I think it's all on view today. So, from the front of the pub, we turn right and we head down towards the church. So you see St Luke's in the background there. It's a fairly modern church, 19th century. The whole of Grayshott is fairly modern really. It was really formed as a healthy place to live on the back of the popularity of Hindhead down the road for the wealthier people from London. Mainly in the 19th century. There's a lot of notables lived here, mainly playwrights, writers, poets, Flora Thompson, George Bernard Shaw, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, Alfred Lord Tennyson. They all lived here at one point. And a very, very famous Mr. Darcy also lived here. And that's Colin Firth. In fact, lived here, he was born here. So at the crossroads with the church, where Crossways Road is, we're going to take Hill Road to the left. Walk down this partly unmade up lane. So we pass Grayshott Social Club on our left. I bet they do a great bingo night and a meat draw. So at the end of the road, look out for the bridleway sign to the right, and we're heading down here, Stony Bottom. The first well we see today. Well, actually it is the first well we see today, but it won't be the last. Nice little places poked down here, and as you'll see shortly, very nice place to actually live. So at the end of the track there's a left or a right. The right looking more leafy and inviting, so we're going to go right. Don't be tempted by the sign and the left turn. We carry straight on. There's some goats in the field. And a beautiful giant oak. So we continue straight along the track. Morning. So onward, onto the National Trust land. So you'll see a substation for electricity on the right, I think that's what it is anyway. And there's a footpath continues straight on. Recognise it's a footpath because there's a barrier, but you continue to the left on the restricted bridleway. Now you can drive a car down here if you want, there's nothing to stop you. So as you go up the path, soon you come across a choice of straight on or to the right, and the way you take is to the right, which is a slightly more beaten track than the one that goes straight on. Not much, but very important. So you've got a bit of banking along there, which is very much like a park pow or an enclosure in the forest. Obviously designated who owned the land at one time. So what have we found here? Ooh, this bears some exploring. So that's this little stream that they dammed, for what reason I will tell you later. But this here, I wonder what this is. See if I can go in and have a look. Oh, so it's a tunnel of some sort. Let's have a walk through and have a look. Ah, so fascinating. This might have something to do with what I'm going to tell you about in a moment. We'll see. But it's intriguing little things that make me wonder. I mean, you've got these cast iron sort of hooks in there, and then you've got that there, which looks like maybe there was a door on there at one time. Go through the holly. Ooh! Ouch! 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 Okay, a bit of a bog there. Fascinating structure. Anyway, we carry straight on. So at the end of the bridle way we've got a right turn, or we've got a left turn, and then there's also a path that leads that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the road up. So that's National Trust car park, which we enter and walk through. So if you just fancy a walk around the lakes and don't want to do the pub walk, or go on a completely shorter walk altogether, you can always park here and just go for a stroll around the lakes. So at the back of the car park on the right there are some steps which we follow downhill. This takes us to the Waggoners Wells lakes. Let me do a left down this bit here. So here we are at Waggoners Wells. Now what is Waggoners Wells? It's a name that's been buzzing around my head. I thought it was a village in Kent before I did this walk, to be honest, and I don't know why I would know the name, but I do. Anyway, Waggoners Wells are basically a set of 3 ponds, and they're hammer ponds, and they were created by damming a stream to make the 3 ponds. Now, a bit like a mill pond that releases water to run a mill, these ponds were created to release water to run the hammers of iron foundries, or the bellows in an iron foundry. There's a lot of sandstone and clay in this area, so they can make the hearths and the furnaces that they smelt the iron in. Hence why it's here. There's a little bit of debate about this, whether it was actually ever used for its intention. So it has been quite dry, so obviously careful when you come round here. I'm sure you're not lugging a barbecue with you when you run round here, but careful with your fag ends if you're a smoker. So we come off the path by the side of the lake. There's a dog in there enjoying a swim. Don't want to be here when he gets out. And we're going to cross this little bridge. Careful, there's lots of exposed tree roots, so health and safety warning. Dog just crawling out. And off he goes, go shake somewhere else. Turn left to follow the little stream that's running out of the first pond along this nice cool wooded path. So we were talking to a couple as we entered Waggoners Wells, and we mentioned the brick arch structure that we'd found back on the other footpath. Apparently it was a pumping station that pumped water up from here to a Canadian military hospital on Grayshott Common. Apparently that's been there since the First World War. It was also used as an isolation hospital in between, and apparently there are quite a few remnants of that hidden up there, but unfortunately Grayshot's not on our walk today. However, there's also an old camp over here on this side. Whether there's any remnants of it, I don't know. A Canadian military camp. You wouldn't want to trip over and roll down the bank, would you? So we're not crossing over that lake, we're carrying straight on. So I've seen two lakes, and I think that's the third one hoving into view. Very, very, very rooty walk. So please, please, with all these sheer drops, albeit they don't go far, but they end up in the water, and all these roots, take care. Tempting to walk down there thinking it looks like steps to get onto the shore, but believe me, I almost had the biggest booty of all time. But it is lovely. I'm going to try and find another way back up. But lovely pond lilies. So for those of you that don't particularly like a swim, when you're not planning a swim, if you want to get down on the shore, there are some steps off the main path, of course there are, that will lead you right down in a civilised manner, with your camera, with your fishing gear, whatever, right onto the edge of the lake. But hey, why do it the easy way? So back on the main path. So there's a bridge on your left, a little bit of a waterfall down here. We carry straight on, and there's a magnificent display to your right opposite the bridge of some marvellous exposed roots to this tree, or these trees, and this one's almost made a cave. You can see the sandstone layers that I was talking about for the making of the iron furnaces. So carry on walking, and over to the right, beyond this forest and a bit further back, we've missed it unfortunately, was Camp Superior, which was a Canadian camp during the war, or the wars, and it was also a detention centre for Italian prisoners of war. A lady was just telling us a story of an English soldier that was detained there because he refused to dress up in a German uniform. They wanted to make a propaganda video of British troops catching a German tank, and he refused. Apparently he was detained there until the colonel came back, and the colonel asked why he was there, and was told, and he said, get the man out immediately. You can't detain him for not wanting to wear a German uniform. So don't go up the steps, that's somebody's garden gate, but follow round to the left. So here we have a magic wishing well. So how is it? The water in the wishing well is flowing out and not flowing in. Magic. So as you can see, that at this wishing well in 1863, Alfred Lord Tennyson, who I mentioned lived in Grayshott earlier, he composed this poem. No, I'll film the well and I'll recite the poem, because you know I recite poems very well. Let's have a go. Flower in the crannied wall, I pluck you out of the crannies. I hold you here, root and all, in my hand. Little flower, but if I could understand what you are, root and all in all, I should know what God and man is. So the mystery of the magic wishing well, anyway, is that the ground above is higher. And there's a little stream that flows into the back of it, or might be a soakaway under the ground that keeps it full anyway, and then it runs on down into the lake. Anyway, enough poetry, you know it's not my forte. I haven't got the voice for odes and poems. Shame, but there we go. And we continue along the path. So there's a sign on that tree, no horses. I think most people obey the the sign. So we walk up the hill the other side where the finger post is, and we are going to hang a left onto this path here to follow the path back along the other side of the lakes. Nice shot looking back at the bridge we just crossed. So you know you're in the right direction because you come out of the other end of that that little spit across the lake. Oh, what a lovely view. And here come the ducks. They got a very, very short memory. They saw us a little bit earlier on. We got no food, but they think that we have. No prizes for guessing what people do when they come here to this lake. Or these lakes. Beautiful, lovely Waggoners Wells. So there's where we were by the lilies. So we've done a loop, or we're doing a loop. And another den that you wouldn't want to be in when it rains. An old biplane flew over a minute ago. Missed it. Couldn't see it for the trees. Hear the birds in the grasses. Sounds like a coot or a moorhen maybe. So I continue forward. Ah, a little waterfall under the bridge. These ducks are really daft. They must be fed so much. Everyone that appears, the whole lot of them come over. Anyway, we carry on, leaving this lake to the left. Back on the footpath we were on. So we continue. So here we are back at the first bridge that we crossed, the end of the first lake. Oh golly, there's more ducks there now than there were. I don't know how many ducks there are on this lake. A lady over there throwing a ball in for the dog, but the dog doesn't want to go. She coaxed him in at the end. So we're retracing our steps back through the woods past the sign on the right and into the car park. So again, back the way we came exactly. You didn't need to come back in the car park, there's a path down there that runs lower than the car park. But hey ho, it all comes to the same place. And then we're going to go back, as I say, the way we came. But then we're going to take a left onto a footpath, but that's later on. At the moment we're just backtracking past the old Canadian military water pumping station. And Camp Superior would be up there somewhere beyond that ford. But we take the bridleway that we came on. So still keeping on down this bridleway that you've been down before. So there's not much film while I'm walking along it because you've seen it all before. So just continue around to the left as you see another path to your right. You follow it left as you did before, taking the opportunity to enjoy this wonderful walk once more. So we get back to the junction with the electrical substation. It's a footpath off to the left, or back the way we came to the right, and we're going to go back the way we came to the right. Oh, this is lovely. So Mary's cottage is very, very trusting. There's all sorts of cakes and bread, all freshly baked on the premises apparently, and all there is an honesty box. So I hope everyone that comes here actually pays for it, because that's very trusting. So bring a few coppers if you fancy a bit of cake. So you're looking out for a little bridleway stick, which is there, and this will take us back up onto the road. So there's a lovely little house up here on the hill, and we continue to walk on what is now tarmac. Another nice house in the modern style. Another interesting house up this steep hill. So at the top of the road is the main road, which you cross over onto the pavement and go right towards Grayshott. So a little closer look at St Luke's as we walk through. Probably not open. Doors open, we'll take a look. Very nice example of a 19th century church. There's some lovely stained glass there. All taped off for COVID. And church organ. So we carry on round to the left behind the church and through this little gate. Past Whitmore Hill Cottages, 1905. We're going to have a look at the Pottery. Site of the Grayshott and Hindhead Laundry. Big urn there, 2,000 litre urn. I don't think we're open. So that was disappointing. Pottery's back open, but not on Mondays. So at the bottom of the road again, we cross over the road, Whitmore Vale Farm. And we have arrows. And we have an arrow pointing straight down here, which is where we'll go. I presume that's Whitmore Vale. Carry on down the path. So, through the gate. And pretty soon, come across a little T-junction, he said, tripping over the branch. And, ooh, rope swing. He composes himself. Up we turn right here. So up through the 5-bar gate, or at least to the left of it. And we follow the path along. So footpath right and footpath left. We go left. So coming up behind some houses. Path brings you out back into the village towards the pub. So back in the main street in Grayshott, turn right, which shall eventually lead us down to the Fox and Pelican. So we're going to have a chat with Lauren, the landlady, but she's not about. But this is the end of the walk. We're back at the Fox and Pelican, and we've done about 5 miles, I suppose, officially. Unofficially, we've walked probably another 2 miles in the wrong direction. There is a problem with the map, so try and stick to the walk on the video and don't go off on what's on the map. And anyway, if you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.